Indianapolis, Indiana. This is the Double Take Sports Talk Show with the Watch Brothers. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, their hosts, Darrell and Darren Watts.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Double Take Sports Talk with the Watts Brothers. Welcome to our podcast with me, Darren Watts. Say hello to Darrell Watts II. D-Dub, what's going on?
Yo, what's shaking, everybody? Welcome to our podcast, DTST style. Darren Watts, what's shaking?
You got it. Ain't nothing going on around here.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
That's right. So, you know this deal.
And cold coffee.
All week. How come you didn't put it in your thermos? What's wrong with you? You don't like coffee? You don't like the coffee in your thermos?
Listen, Colonel Gaddafi.
Okay, I know where you're going with this.
You don't know where I'm going with this. You don't know.
You like your coffee in your mugs. Okay.
No, that's not where I was going. That's very true. But no, that's not where I was going with this. The reason why I put it in this cup instead of my mug is because this right here is supposed to make me drink these coffees faster so I can get more coffee and not have to spend all day on one cup.
It ain't happening, is it?
No. Otherwise, I would have been on my second cup by now.
It's almost 1:15, and you still drink coffee, huh?
You act like that's a surprise.
It ain't no surprise.
Well, hello. Why you think I call the stream on our Twitch evening coffee break? That's anywhere between 4 to 7 o'clock in the evening.
I can't believe you still drink. Now that I can't believe. I can't believe you still drinking coffee during the stream. I just thought it was a good catch title.
Sometimes I do. Yesterday I didn't. I didn't. I didn't yesterday, and I didn't the day before. But when I had the Thursday the Twitch of AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl, I did then.
Mm-hmm. That was the weekend, wasn't it?
Not Thursday, no.
Okay. Oh, duh.
It was Thursday when I did the Super Bowl and the AFC Championship game.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
All right. Boy, I forgot where I was at and what I was doing.
This is what happens when we're talking. Sorry, That's what happens.
Yeah. I'm sitting here thinking we were just having a normal conversation. I forgot we were right in the middle of a podcast. So with that being said, we got the Quiz-mania question of the day, and then we had Double Take Sports Court. We're going to talk about a different variety of topics on this podcast today, and then we'll have the Quiz-mania answer to our Quiz-mania question of the day, and then we'll have the final thoughts. Darrell, you ready?
Let's do it, man.
Rock. Quiz-mania question of the day. Darrell, when you are good and ready, the floor is yours. Oh, and by the way, I did refill my cup, so that's a plus.
Yeah, that is the plus. Big time plus. Apparently. Stop. Okay. Quiz-mania question of the day. Darren, this is going to be a very interesting for you. This is going to be an interesting one for you. But you might be able to figure it out. We shall see. You ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
That didn't look good.
Well, because I'm distracted.
I know. I see. I see.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's have it.
All right. Okay.
Sorry about
Quiz-mania question.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Ah,
This current actor had a very short NCAA football career in the 1950s, but suffered an injury ending his career. Who is this actor?
you said a current actor that had a short NCAA career in 1950 or in the
Mhm.
1950s.
Yep,
But it ended
in the 1950s.
in the 1950s.
Yeah, and he had a very short, very, very short NCAA football career. 1950s. He suffered an injury that ended his career. Well, it was an ongoing career.
Okay. I have no idea, but I'll figure it out eventually.
Yes, you will. So, with that being said, uh, that is the Quiz-mania question of the day. Darren will give his answer later on in this podcast. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next portion of our podcast, which is DTSC, Double Take Sports Court, presented by no one. So, Darren, yeah. What the hell? Sorry. Darren, whenever you're getting ready, the floor is yours.
Okay. We're going to take a look at sorry, I'm reading. Don't mind me. Okay. We're going to take a look at some of the trending topics that went on throughout the week. This past week, anyway, sports related. Try to make it sports related. One of them was not sports related that we talked about on our audio podcast, which I found very disappointing, and I'm not even going to talk about it. So, but let me do say this. I am going to talk about one thing that is actually kind of sports related, but it's not sports related as to what we talk about with football, baseball, and basketball. Um, this past week, John Cena was trending because of Nikki Bella. She revealed her lonely wedding plans without John Cena. Moving on.
I was going to say, I hope you didn't expect me to comment on that one.
No, 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 no.
I have
No,
absolutely
I was
not.
no, I was drinking and I was just letting that sink in. Sink in. Get.
She did what? She revealed what?
She revealed lonely wedding plans without John Cena.
That could be an obvious. See, I wasn't supposed to say nothing, so let me keep my mouth shut.
You shouldn't have asked. Yeah,
I know. I was better off. I was better off in the dark.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Yep. Moving on Sunday also, Devin Booker signed the max deal with the Phoenix Suns. Now, I know Darrell have a lot of opinions about Devin Booker. So, Darrell, what are your thoughts about this rookie max contract extension?
He's good. I put it to you like that. I think Devin Booker is a good player. But I think at the early stages of his rookie career, I don't think that he should have been dealt with a rookie contract extension, max deal anyway. Because when you're looking at a player like Devin Booker and his ability, the one thing that I think that I think that people look at, and the reason why that he actually got this max deal is because of his ability to score. And the fact that one game, I think, against the Boston Celtics, he had 70 points or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, they believe that'll be liable to actually have, a contract extension. Now, some that is very deserving that, that they earn a contract extension. But I'm not a big fan of how that he should have been able to get this contract, and he did get the contract anyway, the max anyway. But I just think that it's just a little too early in his career because we have all seen it. And we've all seen that when people sign max deal, they don't do any good. And that the money's been wasted.
They let it
Now,
go over their heads.
Yeah, like remember Fry Hibbert? He wasn't a rookie, but he signed this big. Larry Bird has signed him this big. What was it? 5 years, $60 million.
So it was 55.
Was it 5 years, or was it even less than that?
I
Or
think
$55 million.
55
It
million.
was something like that. And then the Trailblazers had offered more than that. I think it was, or they matched, or the Pacers matched Portland's offer.
They matched it.
I'm sorry. You seen what happened. Everybody seen what had happened to him after that. And it just went all over. And Roy Hibbert, he lost everything. He lost everything. He let the money get over his head. He done did things that he had absolutely no business doing.
Well, the other part of that is that you also got to remember, you said this a while back too. Well, it might not have been you. It might have been Nicole that said this. But when you and Nicole were having y'all's debate about Roy Hibbert, whoever between the two of y'all, you might be able to know it better than I do. But one of the two of y'all both said, though, somebody said it, that he don't have tough skin, and he let things get to him, and that's what hurt him far more than anything.
I remember that conversation too, but I don't remember who said that. But here's what I was saying about that whole ordeal. Well, because Nicole was saying, like, well, if you have to understand that Roy Hibbert has this and he has that and he has, a lot of things going on off the court. My whole point was that some of the things that you have to do, you just have to say no. When Paul George had that Gatorade commercial, he thought it was going to be like freaking maybe, 4 hours or something like that, but it took longer, maybe 8-10 hours or something like that. And then Roy Hibbert getting involved with his Area 55 fans. That's absolutely fine. But that stuff will take a toll on your body, and it will wear you down. He don't have the skill mindset to actually focus on basketball. And that's what hurt him. And so apparently, yes, tough skin and his emotions really did get a toll to, how he was actually playing and how he was off the court. But if this does not happen to Devin Booker in any type of way, then yes, absolutely. Then, I'll change whole different aspects about it. But he has to keep his mind straight. He has to block out all the naysayers, the haters, all of that. He has really got to keep this focus now because people are going to be after him. People are watching him. So I just think that, it was just a little too early. But hey, it's not my thing to run. I just run a podcast. I say it all the time. So
Yeah. It's to me, I think it is something that I'm not going to say that it's good for him, but I think this would be a learning experience that he needs to know that the media is going to be watching him. Everybody's going to be watching him in regard to how you perform from here on out. You're going to be highly criticized if you don't play good games. You're going to be highly praised if you do play good games. Either way, you are going to be far more highly criticized than anything because you're not going to be that all-around player. So this is going to be all about that tough skin that Roy Hibbert didn't have, that Devin Booker needs to have from this point on now. Now that he signed that max contract, he needs to be able to have a tough skin. That, for me, is very important. If you have that, then you can have everything else that goes with it.
Agreed. I can argue with that. That just shows right there that if Devin Booker do have the tough skin, that just showed that he was ready to accept that max deal. He was ready. So we just have to see throughout the duration of the season on how this works out. So that would be very interesting to say.
Well, one of the things that I didn't know moving on, and I don't know why this might have been weeks ago. I have no idea. But I did not know that Albert Pujols tied Ken Griffey Jr. for all-time home runs. I didn't even see it.
I didn't know that either. Oh, wow. That's very interesting. All right. He's still out there swinging a bat.
With jewelry on. With jewelry on. That kills me. How can these people play their prospective sports with jewelry on? Michael Jordan did it with a slam dunk. How do you do that? I can't figure it out for the life of me, Darrell.
I can't do it.
I can't figure it out for the life of me. I don't know why I did that. I do that every single time.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I couldn't wear jewelry anyway.
Me either.
I've tried before. I ain't doing it again.
Yeah, you've seen that end result.
Yeah, I've seen that end result, so I ain't doing it again.
Okay, I'm not either. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry about that. I had to get back on track here. I lost everything. All right. One thing I want to point out, this is not sports related, but I definitely wanted to point this out that happened over the week. On Sunday, all of the soccer team from the Thai cave, they have all been rescued, and they are all doing well. To me, in a personal aspect, in a very, very personal aspect, this to me is a good sign of existence of God, because there's no way in the world they would have been able to survive that without him. That's just my personal opinion.
They've been, how long they was underneath there? For about almost a little over a week?
Might have been 2 weeks.
They said, I think, 8 or 9 days. So that's probably close to a week and a half.
I'm looking to make sure that that's correct. It was 13.
I think it was about a week.
It was 13 players and a coach. They all range from age 11 to 16. They have all been rescued. They were all dehydrated, but they are all healthy and have a good state of mind. That right there really gets me. That really.
Yeah, people be traumatized that for life.
Yes, and a lot of people don't understand the existence of God, and to me, this is one of many good sides of those ordeals, that God has existed in a spiritual aspect. I'm trying to find one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trapped. I'm not finding it. I believe it was probably about a week and a half, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think it was probably about a week. I thought it was a little under a week and a half, close to 2 weeks. It was a while because they had to evacuate a plane. This was no ordinary trap that they was under. You know,
Yeah.
This involved water. Okay.
Yeah.
This was a big deal.
Yeah.
This was a big deal.
June 23rd.
June 23rd, and they just got rescued when?
I think they all got rescued on Sunday, I believe it was.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
I might be wrong. No, 4 of the 13 was freed on this in particular day. Sorry about that. 4 of the 13.
Yeah. There were certain days, but it pretty much took the whole almost 2 weeks for all of them to be rescued. Actually, a little over 2 weeks to be rescued.
Yeah, but so everybody is rescued, but as of Sunday, it was only 4, but all of them are rescued, and to me, that's a big sign.
That's a big sign.
That's a good sign for me. Moving on. Sunday's done. Let's go to Monday. Monday we had a couple of things, and sorry, no, we do not have anything for Monday. Very interesting. Wait, back that up. One thing: Yankees and the Oilers. They trend, and I have no idea why.
You know what I'm saying?
It just says that maybe because of Manny Macdo, he hit 2 home runs in the win.
Yeah, you might be right. You said that was Monday?
Mm-hmm.
When was Monday? The 10th?
9th. Yeah, the 9th.
Okay. I think, yeah. I know he did have 2 home runs. It was on my phone. It was on my email.
It's probably something else. I don't know why. It was a walk-off win. That's probably what it was. That walk-off win. That's what it was.
You said Yankees versus Oilers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you might be right.
I think it was the walk-off home run.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, moving on to Tuesday.
That's what it was.
Gordon Hayward reacted to having his third daughter. Well, he's finding out that he had his third daughter, that he's going to have a third daughter.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very interesting.
Yep. And also on Tuesday, LaShawn McCoy had an incident at his home in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Here's what we know. The incident happened at 3:18 in the morning, Tuesday, in his neighborhood, which is 30 miles north of Atlanta. When police officers arrived on the scene, they found one victim who has been physically assaulted by an intruder. They said another woman was also in the home at the time, but the victim was their clients and McCoy's estranged girlfriend. They did not release the identity of the victim or the other woman at that particular time. They may have by now, but I have no idea if they did and what the woman's name is.
So was LaShawn McCoy involved in any of this altercation?
That's what from my understanding, that's what they're investigating. There's not anything to include that he was, but court records have shown that he was initiated with the eviction proceedings against Gordon. Or Gordon, excuse me. God, I thought that was a G. Wow. C's and G's are starting to look alike to me now. That's a very bad sign.
That's a bad sign.
No arrest has been made. He is okay. So LaShawn McCoy is saying on Twitter that he did not have anything to do with this assault at all. He said these are false allegations. Both the NFL and the Buffalo Bills are looking into this incident.
You better hope so, man, because you already got one against you from that fight that you had in Philadelphia. So
yep,
you better hope it.
Speaks to the Philadelphia Eagles. He got traded from them to Buffalo in 2015, I believe that was. Yep, before the 2015 season. He hired the criminal defense attorney Don Samuel. That was the same guy who defended former NFL star Ray Lewis in connection with the stabbing death of 2 men in 2000.
Yeah, I remember that. Who can remember that?
And Ray Lewis remember that well too. And as an FYI, the Buffalo Bills training camp begins July 26th in Rochester, New York.
Well, he ain't gonna be involved in that one.
Well, maybe not. We don't know. They don't say anything about that just yet. But that's what's going on with Sean McCoy. Find out more. We'll definitely share it. That is LaShawn McCoy trending on Tuesday. Moving on to Wednesday. this one right here kind of really broke my heart because I believe that there was something more that could have been done, but not too much was being done. Billy Knight, former UCLA basketball player, was found dead after posting YouTube video. This is what he said in this YouTube video. He died in Phoenix, and they found his body on the roadway early Sunday morning, and there was no evidence of foul play. He left a last message on earth, and he wanted everybody to know that he lived a life of sin, that he lied, he cheated, and he stole from many people. And this is why his life is ended up where it is now. And my personal thoughts on this, Darrell, is again deep into religion, deep into spirituality. You would be forgiven of those sins only if you had asked in prayer.
Yeah.
Of
Repent
everything
from
you
all.
have done.
Repent. Mhm.
You make your circle when you pray, the circle maker. You make that prayer and you get down on your knees. You ask for forgiveness. Anything you ask, you shall receive on that behalf. If you cheated, you ask for forgiveness and you must repent of those. If you stole, you get on your knees and you pray and you ask forgiveness, you shall receive it. You must repent
Yep.
of all things. You will be forgiven. But at the end of the day, you did not have to take your life because that's where you felt it ended at. That's not necessarily how it works.
And even though that we are in a world of judgment, and people are so quick to judge, this is my main problem. We got the world that's judging, doing this and doing that, and not being able to sit down and understand one another. You don't know, what all of us are going through. You know, this is why we have this circle of group. And eventually you'll find somebody that you can actually look upon to, that'll pray with you,
Yeah.
that'll actually sit down and talk with you.
All he had to do was
Just
ask.
to hear is to listen here. That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
That's all he had to do was ask.
Absolutely.
And we got a lot of jackasses that do that. They will sit down, they will judge, they will do this, they will do that, and instead of sitting down to understand one person, because this hits home to me. This hits home to me. And this is why I feel that, when you take your own life like that, that just showed me that was just a sign, a whole bunch of cowardness, and you couldn't face up to what you did.
Well, see, that's part of the thing. You may not be able to face what you have done, and we will never know why he did that. Well, we know why he did it, but he was broken. He was broken, and that type of behavior, he just needed somebody to actually come into his life and try to understand the situation and try to get him to get back on that other side. It's hard for a person to admit that they were wrong. And
absolutely.
when being called a coward would be another further reason for him to commit that type of act. That would be a reason for him to say, you know what? He's absolutely right. I'm taking my life. Take a step back for a moment and realize that he's broken and that in order for him to be able to get back on track, he needs forgiveness. He would have been forgiven had he just went to the one person, anybody at that one person, a friend, a family member that would have been able to help get him back on track. That would have helped him tremendously. Those are just my thoughts.
Yep.
Anything else you have on that?
Nope. That's it.
Moving on. More of a situation that kind of just is like mixture of feelings. Adam Pac-Man Jones knocks down an airport worker who attacked him on video. Now, of course, this was
Yeah,
on
bad.
video, so yeah,
He
it's the
always
same
doing
thing.
something crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and at this point, TMZ caught this on video, and they definitely got it on video. Um, but they, um, he evidently was just walking in the airport, and uh, an airport employee ran into him, and Pac-Man Jones went up and confronted him about it. And the next thing you know, they're swinging fists. Um, in
That
my
already don't sound right. That shit sounds broken right there.
oh,
That sounds broken.
well, yeah, he's going to continue to do what he's going to do, and somebody
Apparently.
powerful need to come into his life also, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Because he has a history of
He has lengthy.
and that is an understatement too. That be no, that's an understatement.
Yeah. That's no new news.
No, this is not new.
No.
Rather, if the airport guy started it or not, at some point you got to know that you got to take a step back for a minute. You just really have to take a step back and think about things. If you are the one that's getting caught up in all these rap sheets of attacking people, do you really want to keep putting yourself through this test every freaking time? This is a test that you're going to keep failing every single time until you realize that it is time to get help and it's time for me to make a different situation out of this. If he would have ran into you and he was just, talking, you should have just walked away from the whole thing. Why you got to act like this big macho guy like you really something? Let it go. Some stuff like that, this is why all this has happened. Let it go.
He enjoys the pleasure of this type of crazy nonsense.
That's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
That's just me. It just seems like that's what he enjoys doing. That makes him a macho jerk. You just got to learn some things are just not worth your time.
I agree.
Especially as you as an NFL player that has, pretty good things going on in your life, if there is good things going on in your life, but there's bad things going on in your life. But you're bigger than that. You're bigger than that. So,
yeah. Let's move on to another topic real quick. Papa John's, the Baltimore Oilers.
Oh, Josh Shatner.
The Baltimore Oilers suspended Papa John's 5 months or more promotion after the founder was being caught using racial slurs on their behalf.
Yep.
He is starting to lose a lot of business already. He's starting
yes,
to
he
lose
is.
a lot of promotions. He's starting to lose a lot of things now. This is a Roseanne Barr situation all over again.
Yep, sure is. And the bad part, what the other crazy part about that is? He resigned.
Ah!
He resigned from his position because of the racial slur.
Yeah, I believe that.
You know how it is. You know how that is there. Yeah.
But we've learned I've just learned to deal with racial slurs. I can't even really begin to describe how to react to it. It's just gonna stay in the world.
I just laugh at him. Help yourself. Say what you gotta say about me. I'm bigger than that.
Yeah, you say whatever you want about me, but I'm just gonna show you by my amazing actions of what I can do.
Absolutely.
Moving on, we talked about this the other night. I was in the middle of a Twitch stream on a Thursday night, which is where this in particular trend came from. I signed myself on, but I couldn't appear online. Evidently, the PlayStation Network was down. Not only did I play my AFC Championship game in Madden 16, I also managed to get the Super Bowl in there. The PlayStation Network was down, and the service was having problems. Evidently, it did not have any real big issues on my end. I was able to get on, play Madden, stream it, and be done. You saw it. And if anybody wants to see that stream, it was on a Thursday night. It was the AFC Championship game, the Cleveland Browns, the Kansas City Chiefs. Pretty much amazingly to say that I had to overcome last year's rookie season defeat of the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisionals. Got my behind whooped, and I don't remember by how much, but that was my first career game played in my rookie year. Started, and I got
And you bounce back.
and I bounced back to not only was down 19-31, but also won that game off of 6 interceptions.
Yep.
Relaxation,
I watched that stream.
relaxation of football is my biggest thing. If it's anything that is going to relax me, it's a game of football and picking apart a defense. And when I learned Kansas City in the second half,
grateful. Things took a different turn. I sat there and watched it. You better be grateful that the PlayStation Network was good to you that day.
yeah.
You better be grateful because you'd have been probably out of luck on that behalf.
Yeah. I started figuring it out. That was the first time where everything just came in so good. And after that, going into the Super Bowl was the greatest confidence I ever had. If anybody want to watch that, I've already believed I've seen 12 views on that when I left.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very good stream to watch. I think that is
It's a
one
good stream.
personally my best streams that I could ever stream in a game, and I believe it is Madden 16 or any football game with that, because I love to be able. I think that is my gift, and I have no idea about it, and I will continue to learn about that along the way I go.
Absolutely.
PlayStation Network, Darrell, I don't even think you was on that night. I think you had to work.
Heck nah. I went and watched your stream and I went to bed. I was too tired to be sitting up there, trying to stream on my own. Nah, I watched your stream. I only watched up to the AFC Championship game. I didn't even get to watch the Super Bowl. Still haven't watched the Super Bowl.
You should watch it. It's amazing to me. Just to me, it's just amazing. Thank God that Green Bay beat Seattle. Woo-wee! Thank you,
Yeah,
Jesus.
you big trouble.
Seattle. Because you want to talk about trouble, I would have had it then.
Yep.
Moving on to Friday. Jabari Parker. Of course, we talked about it on the headlines of our audio podcast. They actually signed Jabari Parker to the Chicago Bulls. That is official. What's your thoughts on that, Darrell? Going to the Chicago Bulls, Jabari Parker. What do you think about that? In 2K18,
I found it interesting.
Throw this out there real quick. In 2K18, Jabari Parker is injured but still playing for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's still out there playing in my game.
Playing. Yeah. I think he's I think he's playing the Mines too. I think he's still playing the Mines too, which is very interesting. Yeah. But it's also interesting the fact that he actually went to Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know if they didn't want to continue to invest in him with the injuries that he had.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something had to give.
Well, even at that, Chicago had gotten rid of Doug McDermott, so they had to replace him. A lot of things. I don't remember what else happened to the Bulls, but they had to really kind of, make some big moves. And I believe that they believe that Jabari Parker was a good one. I believe that their trainer will be able to get him back on track. So we'll see how healthy of a year he has.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Jeremy Lin got traded to the Hawks. I believe that was a good move.
I agree. You really don't have a point guard. Only guy is Dennis Schroeder if he's still playing.
And it's interesting because he decided that he wanted to share the mindset, where the mindset is for the Brooklyn Nets management team.
For Jeremy Lin?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to find what he said. Because I really just now seen this.
I was going to say, you better talk to Yao Ming.
Cousin Yao? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He'll get you up and going. He got dribbles. He could play point guard if he wanted to. He really could.
Find joy in your journey is what Jeremy Lin retweeted on Friday. Well, I'm sorry, tweeted on Friday.
Was that before or after he got traded?
Probably after, because he did not expect him to be traded. Jeremy Lin didn't think he was going to be traded. But then the next thing he knew, 36 hours later, he was bound for Atlanta. Oh, here it is. Here's what he put on Instagram, which this is right off the bat I find already inspiring. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be well established. Proverbs 16:3. Hashtag Atlanta. Hashtag faith first.
That's right.
In Jesus' name.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's absolutely right.
I believe that's what his mindset was, not only for himself, but also for Brooklyn.
Right.
There might be more, but I'm not reading it. Okay, moving on, because I want to find what he said. 2 people announcing retirement either at the end of their prospective season or already did it. DeMarco Murray called it quits after 7 seasons, and our man Chase Utley will be retiring at the end of the 2018 season, citing family. If it wasn't for family, I personally believe that Mr. Utley would still be playing baseball. Just throwing that out there.
Me too.
What is your thoughts on Chase Utley and DeMarco Murray calling it quits after their prospective seasons, and DeMarco Murray actually just calling it quits? Chase Utley, to me, like I told you before the podcast, he is I believe one of the underrated players that I believe is really good.
Not to mention the underrated player, but he's also an underrated, I think, second baseman.
Yeah, very
Didn't play the game.
Yeah, I love Chase Utley.
Yeah, Chase Utley was by far, to me, outside of being a Cub fan, that really strikes as a, here we go, another good player gone, and now we have to deal with such and such or such and such. So, it was just like when Kobe Bryant retired, that was like 98% of the 90 players gone.
Yep.
So now you got Nowitzki and Vince Carter.
That's it. I think that's pretty much
it. And I think that's it for the 90s players.
Yeah, because I think everybody from the 80s is gone.
Yep, everybody from the 80s is gone. 90s just about gone. You got Nowitzki and Carter. Yeah, so and Chase Utley is just another one of those ones. He's just another one of those ones that you could just actually sit down and enjoy watch playing, especially when he was with the Phillies.
Oh, yeah, him and Jimmy Wallace.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that has also put at least the good thing about it is that it's not right now. So it'll be pretty much a few months from now. So you can still be able to see a little bit more of him playing and at least establishing something before he actually retires. So thanks a lot, family. Thanks a lot, Chase Utley's family.
Yeah.
And a selfish mind.
Yeah. And DeMarco Murray retiring. DeMarco Murray, I think, was a great running back. Happy retirement to him, and I believe that he'll have many more successes along the way for him. His, outside of his NFL career.
Yep, congrats to him. He does some good deeds in his 7 years. So I wouldn't. Yeah, he's Hall of Fame bound. I think he could be Hall of Fame bound. But
lastly, but not least, Isaiah Thomas. 1-year deal with the Denver Nuggets. What's your thoughts?
Isaiah Thomas. Oh boy. Okay, Isaiah Thomas. I think this will be a good. I think this will be a good ordeal for Isaiah Thomas. They need that extra guard to actually develop the backcourt game. And Isaiah Thomas, being him as a rising star, he has developed talent within the last 5-6 years, and he has really established himself. So I think this is a pretty good move for the Denver Nuggets. By far, I think smart.
Yeah.
That's what I think of that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Double Take Sports Court, presented by Nobody. And now let's have the Quiz-mania question of the day again.
Okay, so Quiz-mania question of the day. Before Darren gets out his answer that he has, which I'm pretty sure he is set and ready for, I will read.
Oh, we're near ready for that. I have no idea.
All right, so before he gives out his answer, I am going to repeat the question. This current actor had a very short NCAA football career in the 1950s, but suffered an injury ending his career. Who is this actor? So, Darren, if you still need a few more minutes,
no,
I will grant you.
No, I'm not even going to. I got two people in mind, but I already know for a fact that one of them is not it. But I'm gonna.
Okay. So whenever you're good and ready, Darren, to spill out your answers, hit it.
I know one of them ain't it, and I guarantee you it's not it because this actor is not. He was not a part of the 1950s NCAA football ordeal.
Okay.
But I'm just going to throw this out there, and I'm going to throw the first one out, Bo Jackson.
Good answer for now. Very good answer.
Last one I know that's not it, once again, but I'm going to throw this out there too. Alan Autry.
Nope. That's not him either. I could have given you this clue that might would have gave it away, but I chose not to give it to you.
What was the clue?
He played in one episode of our favorite TV show, The Golden Girls.
That didn't give it away.
It didn't? I know there's a lot of actors that actually appeared on there. So.
Yeah. Can you narrow it down to a season?
I think that'll give it away.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so.
But I'm going to give it a shot anyway.
Because I already ran out of guesses anyway, so it ain't going to matter.
Okay. All right. Year 2.
Who appeared on year 2?
No? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here's your answer. The current actor, Burt Reynolds.
Ah! Had him on my list. Had him on my list, girl. He was on my list. I scratched him out. I snatched him up real quickly. He was on my list.
Yep. Burt Reynolds. Yep. He had a very short NCAA football career.
Let me tell you what gave it away. What would have gave it away, not only that clue, but if you would have said that he voiced in a video game, that would have gave it away. That would have gave it away.
I didn't even know that.
What?
I didn't know that. I never knew that. I didn't know he voiced it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Vice City. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. That would have gave it away.
I forgot all about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Burt Reynolds, in the 1950s, he only played 4 games, but he had a knee injury that kept him out, and then he returned in 1957, and then he suffered a car accident, re-aggravated a knee injury that ended his career. So, in 4 games, 19 carries, he was a running back, 19 carries, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 6 receptions for 76 yards, and he had a handful of punt and kickoff returns. And also, those stat numbers right there were enough to hit him to the Florida State Hall of Fame.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said. I'm like, this is very interesting.
That's interesting. Didn't know that.
That was very interesting. Yeah.
Didn't know that about my
Yeah.
man, Burt Reynolds.
Yep. Buddy Reynolds.
My God,
That is.
you're Mr. Burt Reynolds. Oh, so otherwise I got the wrong underwear on.
That's it. Yeah, that sounds just like that. Yep, young pretty boy back in the
Burt
90s and the 80s.
Yep, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Yep.
Burt Reynolds. Yep, that is the Quiz-mania question of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Had you not start scratching nothing out there, you probably would have gotten that question right.
I would have had it, man. Harris my feelings.
Yep. Yep. Burt Reynolds. All right. So, moving on into the last portion of our podcast, we have final thoughts. Darren, you got anything for us?
Nope.
Apparently not. So, we can wrap this bad boy on up and get on out of here.
Yep.
Okay. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that ends another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show? Just comment in the comment section below. As usual, of course, we're on social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit us up there. Got anything for us? Questions in particular? Doesn't matter which. Doesn't have to be sports related either. If you like it, of course, we're sharing on the show. Just hit us up there. Of course, YouTube, subscribe, iTunes, download, review, and share our show. But until then, I'm Darrell. Do us on the opposite side. All right, catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then,
Ciao.
Ciao. Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Darrell Watts. Now, there's an understatement that always goes that has always been true from day one when sports decided to come out. It's that it can be very unpredictable. And of course, that's always been the statement that's always been so true. And depending on how you look at it, it can be very unpredictable. But with Double Take Sports Talk, we just throw some entertainment in there. Even if we don't get predictions right or theories don't come out right, we always just throw a little entertainment into the mix. So why not just have a little fun with it? That's how predicting can be so fun if you make an entertainment out of it. But other than that, of course, I'm all for it. But anyway, we're on social media around the globe here. We're on social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can hit us up on our fan page at the Watch Brothers. You can hit us up on Twitter at DTST2414. And, of course, you can hit us up on Instagram, Double Take Sports Talk. So, YouTube, subscribe. You can share. You can do all the good stuff. Do anything that you would like. We're just trying to grow a podcast here, folks. We're also on the iTunes. You can download our episodes there. We're on the video, of course, and we're on the audio portion too. So either way that you can enjoy this podcast, you can do it audio, we do it on video. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the podcast. And until then, ciao.